I'm all wired up, the computer said. I'm hooked up to the AceCat, it's true, so I can produce any drawings that you feel like you really want me to do. With that new mouse that you're using now, and all this smart gadgetry, you'll think that your talent is the artistry. But the pat on the shoulder belongs to me, your hard-working, user-friendly PC. My name is deRamirez. I'm a bush poet, and I live down here in the beautiful Shoalhaven area. I was involved in theatre in my youthful teenage days. I was about 15 when I was at the Attic Theatre, which is above the Phillip Street Theatre in Sydney. And I was actually in the newspaper then, Sunday Telegraph or Daily Telegraph, as Sydney's most promising ingenue. When I left home at 15 and soon after joined a circus. That was Bull and Brothers initially, and I started off as Buffalo Bill's knife throwing assistant. And it wasn't too long after that I worked with the Australian Air Races, which was a motorcycle trapeze act, and I was there for 3 years, and that was quite an interesting one. I wound up doing the bike riding, doing somersaults. I did 200 somersaults on the main day of the Melbourne show with a broken bone in my foot, drugged to the eyeballs by my boss, who said he wasn't going to lose money on the Melbourne show. So I finished with that act, and I've not heard of it ever since. After that I actually did snake dancing up on the western coast with quite a lot of reptiles. We were going to do Girl in a Snake Pit on the eastern coast, but all the snakes died in the heat as we crossed the desert. So that finished that act. Lamb's fry. Lamb's fry $1, is what the sign said. Yes, lamb's fry $1 is what my eyes read. Oh, as a housewife I'm happy to pay the low price, 'cause lamb's fry is tasty and filling with rice. But if I was a sheep, I'd bleat and I'd holler to think that my liver sold for $1. After I'd moved down here, I became the Aboriginal Suicide Prevention Officer, and with many of the traumas and dramas that happened there, I wound up writing a few poems that covered those situations. I found that a much better system to sort of squeeze the pimple of pain rather, than other systems, so that was my way of doing it. I was what was called quarter caste when I grew up, which was a very big shame job, but of course now it's not. But in those days, yes, it wasn't a good thing, so there we are. But my grandmother's stories all come back to me so much, and I've actually been able to share and tell the people here many of the things that I learned from my grandmother. Albert Namanjira was a painter from the bush who shared his special talent with all the city push, with those who haven't got a clue about the magic of the outback, yet they can come to the art gallery and share the joy of the open track and dream their dreams of one day when they hope to travel far. But they'll still miss that magic in their air-conditioned car, 'cause all they'll smell is petrol, not honey-flowering gums. They won't see all of nature's joys or hear the bush bees hum. They'll stay in air-conditioned comfort at a fancy-priced motel with a European menu of breakfast of bagatelles. And the essence of the outback will still remain unknown, for the joy of spirit painted was in Namanjira's heart alone. My message to you about life and our existence is just enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years roll by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.